Hi, welcome to Matthew's Life Stories. I know it's not the usual background because I'm not gonna do what I do usually. This is gonna be something entirely different. Going back to the name of the channel, it's Matthew's Life Stories, and so over the last 2 years, I've been sharing my observation of life, my experiences, and all of that. But this, I'm gonna make a little shift from what I normally do. It's gonna be a long video, but it's an important one too. It's an important milestone because I'm gonna make that shift. I really am gonna share an important chapter of my life, and it's a new journey, it's a new beginning, and I wanted to share with all of you in a moment. And this has been my search. You call it midlife crisis, you call it whatever, and I want to call it passion. My wife calls it crazy. We'll figure as we go. But this journey, for me, this search for many years, and a lot of us have this search to do something other than what we normally do. I have a great job, I have a full-time job, but this is something that I have had in me for a very long time growing up, and I'll share in a moment. All right, let's cut to the chase. My dad and mom pretty much grew up in a farm, and I recall going to my aunt's farm that was many years ago. Was very little at that point, but I was always drawn towards the life in the farm, the nature, and all of that. And over the years, that never went away. And of course, the family grandparents gave away all the farms that we have had. But this, if I recall that, I think since about in 5th grade, I've been telling everyone that someday I'll grow up and buy myself a farm. And people just laughed. Some said you can't do it. And, of course, the aspects of finances and passion versus affordability versus capability. Anyways, about a year ago, I decided to take the plunge. Actually, about 4 years ago, I took the first plunge with a bunch of friends. We bought a large farmland, but it was too far away from Chennai, where I live, and it wasn't practically possible for me to really invest, go spend the weekend and all of that. And for the last 3-4 years, and this has been building up in my mind that I gotta do something that's not too far away from home. I can go spend the weekend, kind of like a me place, kind of call it a den me place or an unwind zone, off the grid, whatever. But I took the plunge last year. The hunt started about a year and a half. I think we spent about 4 months finding a place. It was either too expensive, I couldn't afford it, and I was almost giving up on that dream. And I found this place, and it was a little over the budget. It was a stretch. I went all in. I actually did. My friends, weren't, not too many of them they were happy that I was getting it, but of course, I was going all in. I was putting all my life savings into it. But I did it because I wanted to listen to my heart and my mind, and I did that. And once I got the farm and the land actually, and it already had some coconut trees and all of that. And the first I signed the papers, and then I got to the farm, and I happened to meet somebody who lives locally. And the first thing that person said was, "Why'd you get this? The water's not good." And you put all your life savings in it, and then somebody says, the water's not good, you're gonna make a huge loss. You better get rid of it as soon as you can. But for some reason my heart was in it, and I just didn't want to give up. And here's my story a year later. You ready for it? Here we go. Before we start with that, I want to also say the last year, since I put my life saving into it, I had to really work my finances to get started. And I had categorized into different phases. And the first phase was to build a place for the caretaker whom I have to hire as part of phase 2. But phase 1 was to really clean the place up and build something. And I'm almost at 80% mark with phase 1, and I thought I would share the story with you. And here we go. Let's first take a look at the place, and then we will go to the phases and what I plan to do with it. All right, here we go. That's Ivan, who thinks he owns the place. He actually does. I am just probably end up being the caretaker who would work for free. That's Dad. And here we go. First coconut tree, and phase 1 sub-project. Phase 1 was to build the well, and you know, I was glad we did that early on, and actually the water turned out to be amazing. So let's first take a look at the well. There's our first help. She's the first hire for the farm. And moving on, here's phase 1 side project, and the well and the water. And the water is just amazing. You gotta taste it for yourself, maybe for another day. And this is our farm. This is the dream, or a dream that's gonna come alive, and I'm gonna share the story with all of you. There's some trees that are dying. It wasn't taken care of. The water wasn't good enough, which was already there, the water source. You know, the previous owner gave it up, and I'm hoping that we'll bring this place alive. And that's the farm, and there it is, phase 1 coming alive slowly but surely. We've removed, there's a pathway, and you had this pathway created. Now we're removing all of it so we could plant more trees. We don't need the pathway, so we'll keep just this one. All right, here we go. So switching camera. So here's how it looks. The farm is going round and round and round and round, and here is phase 1, and this was supposed to be a quarters for the caretaker. However, it ended up as a nice little cottage. So we're gonna keep that. We're not gonna give it to the caretaker. So now, you know, more expenses. We have to build another one because I really love this one. I'm gonna keep it for myself, for the family. My wife's gonna be upset. So yes, it's for the family, wife, it's for everybody. Okay, all right. Here is our little dream coming alive. So what you see here is the staircase that would go to level 2, level 1, the room coming along, and the bathroom on the side. I actually wanted the staircase behind the house, but you know, contractor had his joyride when I was not in town. He decided to put it this side. I don't want to bring it down, but here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring in a basketball hoop here somewhere. Still figuring out. My son's not happy with the stairwell coming here, but we're gonna do something about it. And the most interesting piece of this, which I am really looking forward to, is coming along. Here. Oops. There you go. This is gonna be our little mini swimming pool for now. We're gonna come through this, and looking forward for a lot of fun time with kids and family. So right through, here we are, and that is the dream coming to life, or a part of it. That's phase 1. We still have a lot of work to do, and thinking of putting a fireplace here somewhere, and of course a barbecue. We gotta do that. We're gonna stay over the weekend, but here's the story so far. Phase 1, and this is, you call it Matthew's retirement place, you call it Matthew's dream, I call it my heart, and it's gonna come to life soon. But here's a first look, and here's everything. I can't wait to see all of this come to life, but this is the way it is right now, and that's it. There's the grandson and the grandpa, little moments alone together. We love these beautiful neem tree, nice little shade and great breeze. There's the beast, and I think thanks to the beast, he's still new when we got him, and I think half is done about 25,000 kilometers the last 2 years, and most of it have been driving to this place. So thank you, beast. I love you, and you know that. I know you're a little dirty. I am gonna take care of that when I get back today. Here's a story. So I hope you liked it, and I really ask you to support it. And what I want to share is this was not, wherever I am right now with the farm, it didn't happen overnight. It was a dream that I carried in my heart for many, 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 many years. I'm glad I was able to do something about it today. And there are a lot of you who are struggling, who really want to do something. That's not a regular job, that what your heart desires, and if there's something that you're working on or something that you're dealing with, I want to tell you it is possible. When I started off with this dream, all that I had was just a dream and myself, and I was a very little kid, and it took me, I completed about 20 years actual corporate career, about 22 years. It has taken me 22 years to take that first step into making that a reality, or the first step into getting closer to the reality. And once I made the plunge, and it wasn't easy, and all the everything that I heard, especially after putting all that money in, and what you hear is that it's not gonna work out. But I actually, if you have, when you look at the video, you could actually see all the trees are coming back to life, because the issue was the water, and we fixed it. We've closed the borewell that was already there. Everything that was already there is coming back to life, and I really am looking forward to this little mango tree behind me. I don't know if you can see it. The other side, yeah. I can't wait for the first fruit, and also we're gonna plant our first tree. Actually, two. We're gonna do it for the since we got about a year ago. We're gonna make our first planting of the first tree ourselves. That's gonna do it in a little bit, but what I want to share with you is, if you have a dream, it may seem impossible, and people may have opinion. Sometimes you don't know the end of it. Sometimes you have to go all in. Trust me, my friend, it's worth it. I'm standing here and looking at where we're at, 80% through with the first cottage that we're building for ourselves, and I gotta build another one for the caretaker. I have to hire people, and I have to plant, bring all that to life. Do I have all the finances for it? Like I said, I've gone all in, so it's gonna take a little more saving, a little more pause, but I'm gonna do it. So if you have a dream, and that makes you happy, follow your heart, just do it. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video next week. Thank you, and thank you. Please subscribe if you have not. because I'm gonna share this chapter of my life with all of you. This is Matthew's Life Stories, chapter 1, the new phase that Matthew's starting. And I want to share it with you. And this is right from my heart. Thank you and have a nice rest of the week.